Assalamualaikum. I am Abdullah Mamun. I am a student in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Shahadra University of Science and Technology, Sylhet. Today's presentation explores the theory of firm, focusing on the concept of producer's equilibrium. Actually, this presentation will mainly explore the 2 points of producer's equilibrium, and that is the iso-quants and iso-cost line. So sometimes there is a question that why we need to understand producer's equilibrium. The answer is understanding producer equilibrium is crucial for analyzing firm behavior and market outcome. Now we come to the definition of producer's equilibrium. So the definition is producer's equilibrium is a state where a producer achieves maximum profit. This occurs at a specific price and output level, beyond which any additional production leads to a decline in profit. Understanding this equilibrium is vital for making informed production decisions. There are mainly 3 parts of producer's equilibrium. One is profit maximization, second is optimal output level, and third is cost efficiency. So after the definition, we come to our main topic, and that is iso-quant curve. So the definition of iso-quant curve is an iso-quant curve shows all possible combination of 2 inputs that yield the same level of output. So the main characteristics of an iso-quant curve is higher iso-quant represents higher level of production, and its slope is downward, and it's convex to the origin and non-intersecting. So now we come to the downward sloping. Downward sloping reflects the inverse relationship between inputs to maintain constant output. So if we maintain a constant output, its slope must be downward, convex to the origin, diminishing marginal rate of technical substitution. And non-intersecting is iso-quant represents a unique level of output. So now we come to our last topic, that is iso-cost lines or equal cost curves. An iso-cost line represents various combination of 2 factors of production that a firm can purchase with a given total cost. The equation for an iso-cost line is C is equal to WL plus RK, where C is total cost, W is the wage rate, L is the quantity of labor, and R is the rental rate of capital, and K is the quantity of capital. The main characteristics of iso-cost line is linear and downward sloping. Linear and downward sloping reflects constant input prices and fixed total cost, and slope determined by the ratio of input price. And the next topic is shifts occur when total cost changes while slope change with input price changes. And now we move to our third topic, and that is marginal rate of technical substitution. And now the definition of marginal rate of technical substitution is it is the rate at which one input can be substituted for another without changing the level of output. Mathematically, MRTS is the slope of iso-quant curve and is equal to the ratio of the marginal products of input. The definition mainly reflects the rate of substitution between inputs. The calculation part is for MRTS is ml divided by mk. And the significance of this MRTS rate is it determines optical input mix of cost maximization. Now we come to our next topic, and that is cost minimization. In production, firm aim to minimize cost while achieving a desired output level. This occurs where the iso-quant curve is tangent to the iso-cost line, and at this point the MRTS equal to the input price ratio. So in production, everyone wants to achieve desired level of output by minimizing the cost. So cost minimization helps us to get the desired level of output. And then our next topic is expansion path. Now we come to the definition of expansion path. The expansion path is a curve that illustrates the optimal combination of inputs a firm will use as it expands its output. It is derived from the tangency points of iso-quants and iso-cost lines, representing the cost minimizing input mix at various output levels. The slope and position of the expansion path depend on input prices and technology. So by the definition, we learned that expansion path is the optimal input combinations for different output levels, and it is derived from the tendency of iso-quants and iso-cost lines, and the interpretation is cost minimizing input mix as output increases. Now our presentation is almost done, so the key takeaways is producer's equilibrium is a critical concept for understanding how firms make decisions about production levels and input wages. Iso-quants and iso-cost line and MRTS are essential tools for analyzing cost minimization and optimal production. The expansion path illustrates how input mix changes as output scales. Thank you everyone for watching this presentation.